In this video, we're going to talk about how to use call to actions or calls to action, and specifically how to not use them, because mainly it's that people just try to overdo it, and that's how they get it wrong. Call to actions are pretty simple, and you should keep them that way. That's what works. We've seen it over and over again, and we analyzed a lot of information in landing pages and ads and so on to get to that conclusion. Just keep it simple. So when creating your call to action, the first thing is to actually do it. I've seen so many campaigns and pieces of content and copy and ads and everything that you can think of without a call to action. Now, why did you do it if it doesn't have any action? Maybe the point of it is for people to just engage with it, but that's rarely the case. So if you don't have a call to action, people will be left with the question, what now? What do we do now? What's the next step? And they can just leave and continue on with their lives. So that's not what you want most of the time, and that's why you should just simply have a call to action. Now, the biggest mistake that most people do is that they have more than one call to action in most places, specifically in ads and in headlines. Just like if you remember the headline that I showed you, it had 3 inside. So one headline which is supposed to entice interest, and then you put 3 call to actions into it, and then that's just not going to work ever. And so when you have multiple calls to action, people are divided, and they get, if you remember the ABCs of marketing, they get to the clutch stage where they don't actually know for sure what's the next step to do. So I highly recommend that you keep it down to one call to action, and that's what really helps you make a fluid customer journey. Now, the second principle that I want to talk about is to just be very clear and do not deceive. So the idea behind that is that once I click that button that you're asking me to click, what should I expect? Do you set clear expectations? And are you trying to trick me into something? So for example, if you are showing me a button about learn more and you send me to the checkout, then I would immediately leave, because you've already deceived me. You lost completely all trust that I could possibly have in you, and then you're done and dusted. So you obviously don't want to do that, and that's why you have to be very, very clear in your calls to action. If you want people to buy, just say buy now. If you want people to learn more, just say learn more. Keep it simple and stupid, and it will work. And especially do not try to deceive people with your calls to action. Let them know exactly what they're going to get close to the call to action. If you, for example, if you open the Masters Academy landing page, you will see that right above the call to action there is a description about exactly what you're going to get, what's in it for you. And when using call to actions, you have to understand that in order for people to get to that call to action throughout, from the beginning, from your headline to the hook, to the main body, and bringing your arguments, you should try to keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is for people to actually take the action at the end. And that's why people should be clear about what this thing is. Now, also, call to actions on their own are not very well working. So a lot of the times the area around the call to action is also very important. That's why, for example, there you can use, you can give them information about exactly what they're going to get, what they're going to pay, how much time is it going to take, all that, especially when making product pages. And this is also the place where you can use urgency and scarcity principles if you can. And also, the next one that I have about calls to action is the get out of the friend zone principle, where you should also try and dissolve their last fears. This is where you put the catalytic mechanisms. This is where you put the guarantees, the warranties, and the customer protection programs, so that people feel safe when they click that button. This is where you put all the security as well. And also close by, you can answer the why question. Of course, I'll show you several examples, and we'll do that in the next video, just so you can see an entire application of the AIDA formula in action. And then, of course, throughout the course, I'll show you many examples with different ads, articles, videos, and so on. So let's just move to the example.